Sometimes July or August thereabout, we went for an oversight to look at the Committee on Port and Harbour, to look at the port and the terminals. So when we got there, what we discovered was absolutely poor. So we now felt it is that time that a committee was set up to look into it critically and determine if the purpose of that concessionaires are adhered to strictly. Because what we discovered was there was no any improvement on the port, because what the content of the agreement entails was the port will be remodeling, the port will be dredged, they will dredge the port, and they will also do scanning. And we discovered in our port, no scanning, no single scanning in 21st century. That was a disaster. So that means that if you bring a 2,000 container to the port, the custom have to check the items of each container one after the other. They will have to open the container, look at what is loaded in there before they give you clearance. It's not done anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world, even in all the small laboring countries around us. Nobody does that. So we just felt, no, these people don't deserve to still maintain that port. They either terminate their contract, or before they renew their contract, there should be some terms and conditions that must be met by those concessionaires. And thus far, they know that we are doing our work. So that was what first. I was the one that moved that motion. So I just felt, no, this is not service to the nation. What people are doing are not service to the nation. So if they say concessioning means, okay, you will improve on it. You improve on existing infrastructure. And you also pay some financial obligations to the federal government. That's what concessioning is. But in this fact, they are making money for their own private pockets. They are not rendering any service to the government. So we just felt it's that time that we look into it and look at it critically. So that's what we've done. That's what prompted that motion. Our concerns are majorly the financial obligation from the concessionaires. Have they met those financial obligations to the federal government? The answer is no. It's capital no. Because most of the concessionaires, their lease agreement has actually expired. What they are doing now is on a monthly rent basis. How can you run a country like that, where a concessionaire will be paying to the government monthly? It's never done anywhere. So most of them, their lease agreement has expired a year, some are 2 years ago. So, and there was no renewal, and they are still operating at the port. That's even a violation of the existing agreement. So we don't know the agreement they have with the MPA or with the master or whoever they deal with, but we'll look at, because what we've done yesterday is just to inaugurate the committee. Now we'll invite them to bring their submissions. So when we look into their submissions, face what we know. So we tackle them frontally from there. What to do is to change that narrative. What we've discovered was, okay, these concessionaires are just working for their own private pockets. So, but we want government to have value for their asset, because it's a public asset. So government must have value for that asset. So what we are doing is, okay, the government, as it is now, we know that government has lost a lot of money. We will do some recovery from the concessionaires and ask them to pay back whatever is they are owing the government. And we also, if they want to renew their lease agreement, there are some clauses that we will advise government to put into that agreement, so that if anybody is not performing optimally as expected, government can quickly terminate there. Because you can't have 20 years lease from 2006 to 2020 or 20 something. 20 years lease and absolutely nothing. No improvement whatsoever in all the ports. No single improvement in all the ports. The only improvement we discovered was to their private pocket and bank accounts. Interested in recovering money in the loan. If money is being held by some concessionaire, we ask them to pay those money back to the government. And we also advise the government that going forward, if you want to have another agreement with this same concessionaire, or you want to change them, maybe probably do an advertisement and ask interested investors to come on board. So these are the terms and conditions that must be inputted into the agreement going forward. Because as it is now, there was no any single improvement on the port. So we want whoever that wants to take over our port now to redredge the port. Because as it is, no modern vessel can bat in any port in Nigeria, which is unfortunate. Modern vessel bat in Cotonou here. They bat in the Republic of Benin, and they do transshipment, they now load to this small vessel to bring into Nigeria. That is why Nigeria is losing a lot in that aspect. So as it is, we are the giant of Africa. All our ports should be able to bat modern vessels, because it will take someone to ginger what has been dormant or in a place. So what we have done is just to bring this up and tackle it frontally and make sure government has value for the asset. To discover what we have done is we invited all the critical stakeholders, all the security agencies that will partner with us, police, DSS, EFCC. And why we are doing that is because we brief them the task ahead of us, and they've agreed that, okay, they will collaborate with us to do this thorough investigation, and our report will be implemented. So we'll submit the report to the presidency, we submit to the ministry, the oversight ministry, and we also submit to the leadership of the house, so they can look at it, and it'll be probably hard to hit, or but I know, I can assure you that our report will be implemented fully.